If you could redo last week's meals, would you still have that soda at dinner or that late glass of wine? Here's one thing most people with fibro don't realize. A few very common foods can quietly crank up your pain. You know the drill: deep ache, tender to the touch, and somehow still exhausted after a full night in bed. There's real hope, and it's simpler than it sounds. Cut 7 sneaky pain turners, swap them for nervous system calming choices, and add a 10 to 20-minute walk after your main meal. A few small numbers can make a big difference. Let's clear up one myth first. Not everyone needs to go gluten-free. For the right person, it helps, but for most, relief starts with trimming added sugar, ultra-processed foods, late caffeine and alcohol, and excitatory additives like MSG and aspartame. Think of your pain system like a smoke alarm that's too sensitive. 3 big switches make it screech. First, blood sugar roller coasters, up fast, down hard, make nerves shout louder. Second, broken sleep is like trying to charge your phone with a loose cable. You wake up at 40% battery. Third, certain additives turn up the volume knob between nerve cells so even normal signals feel like a shove. There's also a gut piece. When your gut lining gets leaky, tiny bits sneak into the bloodstream and act like smoke getting under a door. Your pain centers go on high alert. So, what do we do today without overhauling your whole life? We cut 7 foods or patterns that pushed my fibro over the edge and might be pushing yours. First, ditch sugary drinks and desserts after mid-afternoon. Added sugar is a quick spark. Aim for under 25 grams of added sugar a day if you're a woman, 36 grams for men, or under 10% of your daily calories. Swap ideas. Water with a squeeze of lemon, unsweetened herbal tea, or whole fruit instead of juice. Reality check. A tall glass of apple juice is like 4 to 5 apples, but without the fiber breaks. Eat 1 crisp apple with a small handful of nuts instead. You'll get the flavor and stay steady. Money-saving tip. Store-brand frozen berries and a tub of plain yogurt beat fancy fit snacks on price and pain. Second, cut refined starch at dinner. White pasta, white rice, white bread, easy to love, hard on nighttime blood sugar, and sleep. Build your plate simply. Half non-starchy veggies, a quarter lean protein, a quarter whole grains. Swap white pasta for whole wheat or chickpea pasta, white rice for brown rice or quinoa, white bread for true 100% whole wheat. If a sweet craving hits after you eat, set a 10-minute timer. Then have plain Greek yogurt with a few berries. You'll satisfy the urge without the crash. Third, stop caffeine after 2 p.m. Caffeine's half-life is around 5 hours, so that 4 p.m. coffee still buzzes at bedtime and steals deep, pain-restorative sleep. Set a simple target. Keep it at or below 200 milliliters a day if you're 40 plus, and shift it to the morning. If you're still not sleeping well, try 100 milliliters or less. Easy swaps: decaf after lunch, herbal teas, or sparkling water with lime. If you love the ritual, keep your mug. Just change the contents. Fourth, cap alcohol, especially at night. A nightcap feels sleepy but shatters the second half of your night. More wake-ups, more pain next day. If you drink, move it earlier. 1 standard drink at lunch or early dinner, and none within 4 to 5 hours of bedtime. Swap the nightcap for a no-alcohol spritzer, soda water, a squeeze of citrus, and a splash of 100% juice for color. Between any 2 alcoholic drinks, down a glass of water, it works. Fifth, run a 4-week trial without MSG and aspartame. Some of us are excitation sensitive. For me, 3 days back on MSG and my flare was yelling. Go all in for 4 weeks, then reintroduce carefully to see if it's your switch. Practical swaps. Trade bottled umami powders for real food umami, mushrooms, tomatoes, seaweed, or a light splash of low-sodium soy sauce or fish sauce. Switch diet sodas with aspartame to ones using stevia or monk fruit or plain sparkling water. Label detective tip: watch for aspartame, ecosulfame K, hydrolyzed protein, and yeast extract. Sixth, cut back ultra-processed snack foods and repeat-used fryer oils. Picture your fats like a seesaw. Lots of omega-6 without enough omega-3 keeps inflammation humming. Goal for the day: bring your omega-6 to omega-3 closer to 4:1 or better. Easy shifts: cook with extra virgin olive oil for salads and light sautéing, use avocado oil for higher heat, Skip the deep-fried stuff. Swap chips for a small handful of almonds or pecan sauce. Switch pepperoni or hot dogs for rotisserie chicken breast or tuna in water. Build a no UPF shelf at home. Canned beans with no salt added. Brown rice, rolled oats, canned fish, frozen veggies. Seventh, check your personal sensitivity to gluten and FODMAPs. Fibro often rides with IBS. If you're gassy, crampy, and swing between diarrhea and constipation, try a guided low FODMAP period for 4 weeks or test gluten-free if you notice clear reactions. The key is structured reintroductions. Swaps, regular bread for a quality gluten-free seed bread, onions and garlic for the green tops of scallions or garlic-infused oil, regular milk for lactose-free or calcium-fortified soy milk. Keep a tiny journal with 3 columns: what you ate, when, and pain bloat level. Patterns jump out fast when you can see them. Quick break here. How old are you, and which of these 7 is your instant flare food? Drop your age plus a yes, no for one item in the comments so I can tailor sample menus to your group. Now, let's personalize. If you're plant-based or mostly plant-based, keep enough protein to feed your muscles overnight. A simple target for 40 plus is 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram per day, split across 3 meals. Rely on tofu and tempeh, well-soaked lentils and chickpeas, and young soybeans. For omega-3s, use ground flaxseed, walnuts, and consider an algae-based DHA EPA supplement. For fats, 2 to 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil a day on salads or cooked veggies go a long way. Avoid deep frying. If you're on metformin, the medication helps with insulin resistance, but added sugar and late refined carbs still make nerves shout. Keep added sugar inside the daily cap and build a fiber-heavy lunch to flatten spikes. If the med bothers your gut, a short, guided, low FODMAP trial with a dietitian and careful reintroduction can find your safe zone. If you have mild chronic kidney disease, listen to your nephrologist on fluids. Don't force 30 ml if you've been told to limit. Keep sodium under about 2,000 a day if advised. Skip salty broths and cured meats and watch for phosphate additives in processed foods. Protein should be enough but not too much. Leaner options and fatty fish twice a week are a good middle path. If you're lactose intolerant, choose lactose-free milk, plain Greek yogurt, and small portions of aged cheeses. If eating out, lactase tablets can help. Get calcium and vitamin D from fortified plant milks or leafy greens with a little oil to help absorption. If you're on a low-sodium plan, buy no salt added or low-sodium versions. Flavor with herbs, pepper, and citrus, and taste before you salt. Trade pickles and deli meats for fresh cucumber and shredded chicken tossed with olive oil and herbs. Let's talk about movement, because timing matters. Walk 10 to 20 minutes after your main meal. That's it. 3 to 4 days a week is a strong start. If it's raining, march up and down your home stairs for 5-10 minutes, or do a gentle indoor walk-along video. This one habit smooths post-meal blood sugar, helps sleep, and often softens pain by day 3 or 4. Protein helps too. Think muscle is your pain shield. Aim for 20 to 30 grams at each meal, especially dinner, to fuel repair overnight. If dairy sits well, a scoop of whey with water or lactose-free milk after dinner is a cheap option. If it doesn't, choose soy protein or a tofu stir-fry with veggies and brown rice. Keep dinner portions steady. Going to bed overly full makes sleep worse. Hydration matters, but keep it smart. Sip through the day. Don't chug a quart at 9 p.m. If you're not fluid restricted, a simple target is pale yellow urine by afternoon. Add a pinch of salt and a squeeze of lemon to water for flavor if you're not monitoring sodium. Sleep is your pain dial. Keep caffeine early, alcohol early, or not at all. Dim lights an hour before bed and make the room cool and quiet. If your mind races, try a 3-minute breathing ladder. Inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 6. Repeat 6 times. It's basic, free, and takes the edge off. How will you know it's working? Track just 4 things for 2 weeks. Your sleep quality, 0-10. Your overall pain, 0-10. How many times you woke up and which of the 7 triggers you ate that day. Most people spot a pattern by day 10. Fewer wake-ups on low-sugar days, calmer mornings after no late caffeine, less tenderness when MSG, aspartame stay out. A few safety notes. If you suspect gluten is an issue, Ask for celiac testing before you go fully gluten-free. That testing only works if you're still eating gluten. If you're considering high-dose omega-3 or magnesium, check with your clinician first. Omega-3 in big doses can raise atrial fibrillation risk in some people, and magnesium can loosen stools or interact with meds. Keep your doctor in the loop about supplements, big diet changes, or if pain suddenly changes, and please do not stop or change your medications on your own. Let's bring it home. The 7 foods and patterns that made my fibro worse were added sugar, refined starch at dinner, late caffeine, late alcohol, MSG, aspartame, ultra-processed foods, high in omega-6, and, if you're sensitive, gluten, FODMAP loads. Swap smart, walk after meals, keep protein steady, and protect your sleep. Doable changes, real relief. Which step will you try first this week? Cutting caffeine after 2 p.m. or skipping sweet drinks at dinner? Tell me below so I can build a simple starter plan for your situation. Hit follow for the next video. 7 foods that soothe your nerves. And pass this to someone living with that constant ache. If 2 weeks from now you wake up less sore, come back and tell us what you changed and how your nights feel. Your story will help someone else move one step closer to calm. The content here is for education, not personal medical advice. Do not stop or change medications on your own. If you have chronic conditions, kidney or heart disease, pregnancy, use blood thinners, and so on, talk to your clinician before trying these ideas.